Hello and welcome to another D3+1 battle report. This time it's going to be 1850 points of vanilla Space Marines against the new Eldar. I know people wanted me to keep on using my Tau, but I want a bit of variety. I've used the Tau for like the last 5 games or something, so... Space Marines. I'm being led by Marnius Calgar. I bought the armour upgrade for him because I have to pay if I want him to survive. Troops, I have 2 10-man tacticals. One has a las cannon and a melt gun, the other one has a flamer and a missile launcher. I then have my assault terminators. As always, they are equipped as you see them, so the sergeant has lightning claws, the rest have hammers. They are coming in a stock Land Raider, other than I bought a multi-melter for the top of it. Then I have my stern guard, and because of points I equipped them a bit weirdly. The sergeant has melter bombs and a combi melter, and 3 of them have combi flamers. Other than that, they've just got their generic stuff. And they're in a rhino because I only have one drop pod model and it's used elsewhere. Next I've got a stock Thunderfire cannon, just no upgrades, just as is. And then I have a new addition to my army. For my birthday I got given an Ironclad Dreadnought. So what did I give him? I've never used one of these before. I gave him the drop pod with no upgrades at all. I gave him 2 of the Hunter Killer missiles. I gave him the 2 Dreadnought close combat weapons, so that's the standard one, and then the, what do they call it, Seismic Hammer. And the only change I made was, rather than having a Stormbolt or any standard close combat, it's a Heavy Flamer. I think that's everything I gave him. He's fairly expensive. And then finally I also have my new flyer for the Space Marines, which I have only tried once before. So it's a Storm Talon gunship. I gave him twin-linked assault cannon rather, which you see him with, and also Typhoon missile launchers. And I rolled my Warlord trait. And my units have move through cover, ruins, and they get stealth if they're in ruins.
Okay, and here we have 1850 points of new Eldar. We are being led by a Farseer who's got a long rifle, so I'm using a Ranger model.
That's the only you still get now.
Kind of works out quite nicely. We also have another Farseer here. He's just stock, he hasn't got anything. I rolled for my psychic powers for them. I've got guide, prescience and forewarning on the Ranger one, and guide, perfect timing and foreboding on the other one. We have 10 Guardians with a star cannon. They're coming in on a Wave Serpent. I'll get to the Wave Serpent setup in a second because we have 10 Dire Avengers. The X-Arch is there. He's got Power Sword and Shimmer Shield. We've got 6 Jet Bikes with 2 Shuriken Cannons. And so onto the 2 Wave Serpents. One of them is a Fire Prism.
Proxy!
The 2 Wave Serpents, one of them, we'll go with the one that's nicely painted and coloured, etc. That one has twin-link scatter lasers, Shuriken Cannon, hollow fields, and crystal targeting matrix. The other one has twin-link Shuriken Cannon, twin-link Shuriken catapults, hollow fields, and crystal targeting matrix. We also have a Crimson Hunter. This is second outing. Decided to give the Dark Reapers a shot. So we have 5 Dark Reapers. There's an X-Arch in there. The 4 Dark Reapers have Starshot missiles. The X-Arch has night vision, a missile launcher, he has flak, and he has fast shot. There are 3 Warwalkers, all armed with scatter lasers. And the most expensive Wraith Knight build you can have, with Sun Cannon, Scatter Shield, and Scatter Laser. I haven't actually put the Scatter Laser on him. I haven't actually even cut it out of the sprue.
Oh, okay. And your Warlord trait?
The Warlord trait I got was the Splitfire one for my Warlord, so that's handy with a sniper rifle.
Okay, we have deployed. We got Purge the Alien as the mission, which we haven't done in a long time, and Vanguard Strike for the setup, so we're on opposite diagonals. There's no night fighting.
And there is.
Oh, no, there's not.
No.
There's no night fighting.
There's no night fighting.
No night fighting, no. Also, a bit of housekeeping. I forgot to say my Ironclad had his Frag Assault launcher upgrades. Just to be clear.
The reason there's no night fighting is because look, you're hiding in the corner.
Yeah, it's a very... Oh!
It's still going!
Stop it! Buddy,
he's running already.
I'm watching you, buddy.
He's got a life of his own.
He's looking right at me now, I'm kind of intimidated. Stop turning! He's turning with me.
It's going to keep going.
Stop it.
So, yeah.
Alright, so are you going to try and steal initiative?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can have first turn.
Yeah, I thought you would do that. Okay, end of Ultramarines or Space Marines, whatever you prefer, turn 1. Didn't really do much. My drop pod was originally trying to go there. It scattered quite far back, 8 inches I think it was,
yeah.
here. I deployed my Ironclad in cover. He used up both his missiles because I don't think he's going to be alive in the next turn anyway. He shot at the walkers and they're invulnerable, save the one hit that managed to get through. Rhino moved up, popped smoke. Land Raider moved up and fired one last cannon at the Wave Serpent on the far side of the building there. It did get improved cover, we took that into account, but it still got got a pen, but it became a glance because of the Aki to blast thingy. And it also took another glance from the Thunderfire cannon firing at it. Two hits, but only one became a glance, yeah. And that was it, pretty much. I don't think anything else was in range because we deployed too far from one another. So that's all I did. That was it.
Drop pod snap fired, did nothing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, end of Eldar Turn 1. We got Psychic Powers off. The Dark Reapers ended up with a 4+ invulnerable save and guide. The Wave Serpent over there, the one that's been painted, the black one, he had 4 warning or foreboding, I can't remember, the one that's ignore cover. So the 2 Wave Serpents moved turbo boosted up here. I forgot to use the Ghost Matrix on the second one.
Okay, nothing's in range.
So I used, that's possibly true. This one used its Ghost Matrix to fire off the Shuriken Cannon at the Thunderfire Cannon. I didn't get anything there. So this one didn't fire anything at all. The bikes moved turbo boosted and Assault moved all the way up into the back of these ruins here. Over here, the Wraith Knight fired at the Thunderfire Cannon with his Sun Cannon. Out of range to use the Scatter Laser first to give it laser lock, so I didn't get to re-roll any of those misses, etc. But over here, the Walkers moved out a bit and shot at what used to be a Rhino here. So I managed to explode that one.
Killed a couple with explode.
Was it 2 guys that died? 2 guys that died to that. And the Dark Reapers moved back from the ruins here and shot all of their Star Shot missiles, I think that's called, into the Ironclad Dreadnought, and I managed to get a lucky explode result on there. And I think that was it. I'm assuming they didn't need to take a morale check or anything like that.
They technically need to do the pinning. They don't need to do morale because of Narnius, but well, even if that's they're fine.
They're fine.
And you took pop shots at that and missed with your...
Oh yes. I tried to use the split fire special rule for my Warlord with a sniper rifle to see if I could get a lucky glance off on the drop pod, but I didn't.
Okay, end of the second Ultramarine turn. Not much happened really because I think I pretty much lost this in the first turn, so I'm just being a bit silly with my units now. My flyer came on, went all the way up here in zoom mode. It fired at the Dark Reapers with its assault cannons and Typhoon missile launcher.
Yes.
Killed 2 of them. They didn't take a leadership test.
They did not. Let's do that now. They're fine.
Stern Guard moved through cover and then ran. The Land Raider fired at this tank here, did nothing. It also fired at the Wraith Knight prior to an assault happening over there and did 1 wound, I think, with the last tank.
2 wounds.
Oh yeah, the heavy bolter got lucky with snap firing. Yeah. These 2 squads, only the heavy weapons in them fired at the tanks, did nothing. So did the Thunderfire Cannon because I can't see anything, did nothing.
Did get 4 hits though.
Alright, okay, I always get very lucky with my hit rolls when I'm firing the cannon, but then they do nothing afterwards. And after you saying we don't really say stuff did nothing, I have Space Marine armies. It's because they're slightly out of date. So the only thing that happened, I took out my assault squad with Calgar, and because the Land Raider's an assault vehicle, they could make a charge. I made a 9-inch charge with a roll of a 10.
10.
In combat, the Wraith Knight whiffed spectacularly.
Yeah, I didn't get any hits at all.
I dealt 1 wound, his invulnerable save saved 1, I passed my blind test, and so did the Dark Reapers. And because the Wraith Knight's fearless, he won't run.
I don't know if he's actually fearless. I know he grants fear.
He is concussed as well.
Do monstrous creatures run though? I can't imagine that a monstrous creature would run from combat. I was saying that a Riptide can run.
Or waddle.
This is
doesn't really run.
We should have real debates on camera because we're never sure.
It's fearless, but that doesn't grant fear. Sorry. It's fearless, not granting fear. So it is fearless. It's fine.
Yeah, it gets fear from being a monstrous creature, so it is fine.
So it is fine.
So they're stuck in combat.
Okay, end of Eldar Turn 2. Quite a few things happened here. The Walkers moved up this direction, shot their scatter lasers into the Stern Guard over there, and I took out 5 of them. They didn't do a leadership test on
Calgar means you don't have to.
Calgar means they're fine, okay? The Dark Reaper Exarch with his fast shot and guide from the Psychic Power here used his flak missile to put a glance onto the Storm Talon, Storm Raven, Storm
Talon, I think.
the flyer that was here.
And then the rest of them fired.
Talon.
And the rest of them fired snapshots at it, and one of the snapshots went through and caused it to sort of explode in the air.
It landed about there.
It just sort of blew up here. The flyer came in over this direction, shot the 2 bright lances and the pulse laser into the front of the Land Raider and did nothing. Did nothing. Jetbikes over here sort of reorganised themselves a bit so the cannons were over here and could shoot the Thunderfire cannon. I managed to take the cannon out with them. The Wave Serpent here moved up a little bit more, shot into the surviving Tech Marine and took him out. This Wave Serpent moved up and shot the Twin Link Scatter Laser, the Shuriken Cannon, and used its Serpent Shield to take out a few of the...
2.
I only managed to take out 2 for, what was it, 14 shots or something? Quite a few.
Yep.
Took out 2 Marines in there. And finally over here, the Wraith Knight succumbed to the Assault Terminators, so I took out 2 of them and
Hacked his knees off.
they took out the last 3 wounds that he had and consolidated here towards the
Good
Dark
6
Reapers. Yeah, and that was it.
And it's either Space Marine or Ultramarine, whichever you prefer. I've been trying to alternate every time. Either way, turn 3. Rocket launcher, missile launcher, and last cannon, both fired at that tank. Didn't touch it. The multi-melter, no, not the multi-melter, because I forgot I had it for the second turn in a row. The Twinling last cannon destroyed this Wave Serpent, and then I used power of the Machine Spirit to fire the heavy bolter into the back of them. How many got killed by the explosion? 3, 4.
4 for the explosion.
4
2
to the explosion because they're not on the table, and then 2 to the heavy bolter fell. They passed the morale, they also passed pinning. My Stern Guard survivors just moved and ran because they can't do anything. The pod, I think, just fired at the walkers.
Yeah, snapshot. No, I think a snapshot of the Reapers before the assault.
Aye.
They didn't do anything.
Whoever they shot at, they did nothing. Finally, Calgar and the surviving Terminators charged into the Dark Reapers and easily smushed them all, including the sniper rifle Farseer HQ, and then moved a bit towards the walkers.
Okay, end of Eldar Turn 3. Why is that on 4? End of Eldar Turn 3. The Warwalkers moved up, and then did their battle focus move to run back a bit, and then shoot into the Terminators. I believe I took out 1. I'm not sure. 2. I took out 2 with the Walkers. I managed with my flyer to pivot 90, move over here, and then pivot again because it's got Vector Dancer, and shoot the Bright Lances and the Pulse Laser into the Terminators, and I took off a couple of wounds off Malnius and a Terminator or something. So that's what's going on here. Over there, the Wave Serpent sort of backed off into this corner and shot into the Stern Guard. I only managed to take out 1 with quite a lot of firepower. It was quite disappointing. Over here, the Guardians made a move up here, shot into the Tactical Marines down there. I don't know how many I took out in total with the Guardians. I think it was 3, and then they did that was a part of their battle focus move. So they shot and then ran behind the building there. The jetbikes that were here had moved up here, shot at the Tactical Marines as well. I think I maybe get 1 guy or something.
You killed none with them and 3 with the jetbikes.
3 with the jetbikes, and then I did the assault move back over into the cover that direction. That one sitting on the floor is not dead.
He's drunk.
He's just drunk. I think that was it. Yeah, that was everything.
And it was Space Marine turn 4, Stern Guard moved and ran, missile launcher fired at the tank, did nothing, Land Raider shot at the tank, did nothing because Wave Serpents are hilariously overpowered now. Tactical Marines fired into the Guardians, killed 2, their morale held, and because of the Walkers doing their run shoot, Calgar failed his charge. That's it.
Okay, end of Eldar Turn 4. The Farseer over there cast the ignores cover thing on his Wave Serpent. I forgot to move it for Jink, but I tower boosted it up there, so he didn't shoot anything at all, he just moved over there. The Walkers over here moved back and did battle focus, shoot, run, move back this direction. I took 1 wound on Calgar, I think that was it. The Crimson Hunter finally managed to get a glance through with all the shots onto the Land Raider, so I got 1 glance there. The Guardians over this direction. I think they were completely out of range, so they just moved back. There's 2 Guardians moved back here, And the jet bikes, we kind of forgot about doing the starting and ending, moving difficult terrain rolls. So we did a few of those, and I lost 3 of them there. The 3 bikes here, we managed to pass morale checks on those. We did all those in hindsight. So they moved up here and had shot their cannons into the tactical marines. I think I took out 3 and then moved back on the assault move.
End of the Space Marine turn 5, the Land Raider, both tactical marines, all shot into the tank and only barely, in fact no, they didn't do anything because the Stern Guard had to charge and get the rear armour in combat using their grenades, so 1 each, and 1 luckily did the last hull point, so the Dire Avengers have came out there. Ridiculous, the amount of shooting. It took me 3 turns and it wasn't even shooting in the end that finished it off. They are ridiculously overpowered. I suggest everyone buys lots. Tropod fired at them, did nothing. Calgar shot and took the last hull point off of the front walker, so he is wrecked. Then they failed their charge, of course. And that's it.
Okay, end of Eldar Turn 5. The 2 Warwalkers moved back a bit, then did their battle focus move, shot at Calgar and the Terminator and finished them off, and did a little run move back here. The Dire Avengers that were forced to come out of the Wave Serpent moved back a bit and then shot into the 2 Stern Guards, finishing them off.
Overkill.
The Guardians moved back and tried to sort of run around the corner there. The jet bikes moved up, shot their cannons. I think I took out 1 guy with the cannons. I'm not sure, 1 guy maybe.
Yeah,
and then
that's cannon guy.
Assault moved back again.
And he's not dead.
And the Crimson Hunter, when it came around the corner, took out the Land Raider that was here and got a lucky explosive result on that.
Seeing if the game continues, thankfully it does not.
It does not. Okay, so we've tallied up the scores, and it's looking like, well, because it was Purge the Alien, it's looking like 10 points to 5 for the Eldar. Don't think there's really any, serious MVPs for this match. The Wave Serpents are definitely very durable when you pay for all the upgrades. Definitely worth doing. I was quite surprised that my flyer managed to survive.
Nothing really shot at it.
But there wasn't really anything. I mean, he spent most of his time following the Land Raider about, and it was just Land Raiders and Terminators didn't have guns, so yeah, interesting. Walkers still managed to consistently pay off their points. Yeah, my Dire Avengers didn't really do anything at all.
Tank does it all.
It was a case of just keeping things alive because it was Purge the Alien. I didn't want them all to get squished. Stay tuned for more.